everyone, especially to my lecturer, Professor Dr. Salmah. In this semester, we've learned a lot about the animal genetic resources. Hence, in this video, I would like to share an organization tour with both of you about how the Ministry of the Environment in the Republic of Korea to conserve the Paw Lih Mei, which is the endangered Asiatic black bear in Mount Chiri, located in the southern part of the Korean peninsula, which was first designated as National Park, Jirisan National Park, in 1967. The Asiatic black bear is globally threatened. It is classified as vulnerable on the IUCN Red List of Threatened Species. The current endangered status of Paw Lih Mei has been attributed mainly to poaching by means of snares or traps in order to acquire bears' gallbladders, which are important in traditional Chinese medicine. Other reasons why they are endangered are the lack of appropriate protection policies on the habitat and ecosystem, lack of poaching prohibition efforts, and habitat fragmentation by artificial impacts. The Ministry of Environment in the Republic of Korea began to evaluate the home range of Paw Lih Mei for in situ conservation. For the success of in situ conservation of these endangered bears, well-planned management of habitat is needed to protect the bears and to ensure the home range to support the minimum viable population, which is MVP. A project was launched to reintroduce the endangered Paw Lih Mei to the Jirisan National Park. However, information on home range that is necessary to maintain the MVP of those bears did not exist. Based on point data of 2 bears that were released for trial in Jirisan in 2001, they identified the movement pattern of bears and estimated their home range. Finally, the possibility of conserving the MVP of bears was evaluated by comparing the location and the size of home range with habitat which have been found to be suitable for these bears. Since the implementation of Paw Lih Mei from this restoration project, the number of Paw Lih Mei in Jirisan National Park has increased. Have been introduced to conserve Paw Lih Mei. Action 1. Introducing the incentive measures. The Ministry of Environment revised the Natural Environment Conservation Act and include various incentive measures such as sharp increase in fines and heavier punishment, and a legal foundation for positive incentive measures. For example, Forestry Administration began redirecting afforestation policies in a direction more favorable to biodiversity conservation. Action 2. Formation of ecosystem protection groups and their financial support. Since the poachers are professional, only retired and current hunters could stop them from poaching. The Ministry of Environment therefore encouraged the retired or the current hunters and related counties to form the ecosystem protection groups on major counties around the Mount Chiri. The group fund has been financially supported by the Ministry of Environment Fund for the NGO. Their missions are to have currently activating poachers given up, to remove snares and traps, and to monitor the status of Bandagon. Action 3. Removing of the facilities that disturb the wild animals, that is, Bandagon, from the freedom of movement. Since some roadside facilities can be barriers to moving wild animals, they have been removed from some of the places where wild animals travel. Action 4. Control of the hiking routes. Hiking routes on Mount Chiri were controlled during the winter to prevent the poachers from tracking the Bandagon footprints in the snow. This was implemented by the National Park Authority (NPA) and monitored by the local ecosystem protection groups. Action 5. Strengthening gun control. Since gun shops are known to often play a role as a bridge for poaching, police and the local ecosystem protection groups began to strictly controlling the gun shop management. Action 6. Providing food for Bandagon. The NPA provided wildlife with food between January and February, which was the winter month, and undertook a continuous survey of the Bandagon habitats. There are also a few plans from Ministry of Environment that will be utilized in the future. Plan 1. Formation of resident patrons that will be stimulated with more law enforcement power and greater financial support to protect not only Bandagon but also the ecosystem in general. Plan 2. Food supply in winter by Ministry of Environment, the National Park Authority, in association with the local ecosystem groups. Plan 3. Foundation of the Fund for Ecosystem Conservation. The local government will use the funds to educate local people through schools, community meetings, and stimulate public relations, and also make systematic research improvement on the ecosystem. So, for what I have learned through this organization tour is that the conservation of ecosystem is an issue for not only the country but also the people. The experience for the implementation of various incentive measures for the protection of the Bandagon in Mount Chiri could be useful to relate the policies for other endangered flora and fauna. Since the Bandagon are the highest ranked species in Mount Chiri, it implies that the protection program should include the protection of lower ranked species of food chain system. That's all from me. Thanks for your attention. Have a good day.